projects, the capstone of 522 and one of the major parts of creating and editing programs of projects. There's several ways to generate and change projects in BRM, which we're just going to talk about briefly here. We'll begin with the Lifecycle Cost Analysis page, which was added to the Analysis menu in BRM 523. This screen allows you to analyze work candidates and work recommendations for a structure, including their life cycle effects, and decide which you would like to add to a project from this page. Notice here that the life cycle rules we talked about in the last video are in play. Our normal procedure would perform rehab work further into the future. So the area between this project and the life cycle project is the life cycle benefit of performing this work now. The reverse calculation page is similar to life cycle, but it doesn't include the future analysis. This page lets the system try to apply the different benefits, see their costs and recommendations, and then rank them for you based on their cost-benefit ratio. So this is basically the software recommending work to be included in projects for you. You can select then from the work that it recommends and add to a new project. Projects can also be made from the bridge analysis page. This is also 522 screen. And this lets you review the work candidates which have already been identified for that bridge. This is why work candidates are a foundation piece of the optimization. The human and the computer recommended work gets bound together into projects and program recommendations. And finally, we mentioned that projects can be made from the needs list. This is the needs list where you can filter for work candidates of a similar type across many or all of the bridges in your inventory. You can also filter for those bridges which need a particular action or have recommended work in, say, a project category, a type of work. And then on the projects page, you can also create projects directly, selecting bridges by project category, by name, or even proximity on a map. Here you can also merge those projects into one if you've already identified many, or you can take one project and split it up into multiple projects. Most of these tools here were also available in 522. And then, while not required, you can assign projects to a program. This way the optimizer can work with the projects that you've already defined. So you can choose to, say, freeze the projects to a program, which the optimizer will include your projects as they fit in based on the cost-benefit ranking. Or you can freeze the projects to a year of a program. Any programs with which respect frozen work will model this project as having been created. Say you've already identified some projects, or you've already completed some projects, and you're doing analysis to find other ways to spend the remaining money. You can freeze them to that year. Then you can freeze to a particular program and a year. The optimizer will model this work as being done and find other projects kind of to fill in the remainder of the budget. Say you've identified part of your STIP, or you've already identified what you want to do for the next few years, but there's some extra funds. What would the software recommend? There's all the tools here to do those hypothetical scenarios to work around human and computer identified projects.